bracelets. Filling me out with old days. It runs backwards. Back to job. Yeah, walk it out. Front rolls. Break ball, stand up and base.
going on top of the instructions.
Ignore the bell. Keep going.
Alright, I'm gonna land it on the other side.
Wait, no, the bell's not the bed.
I know.
Keep going.
Jump, go, keep it. Jump. Whoa! Jeez, they're right next to it.
It is?
Anything we could jump to. Oh my god! The hijacks.
And back defense. Last one, back defense. No resistance. Let him work.
Who's shooting me? Oh,
And if they don't, then you have to like, wow. That's what I'm saying. I'm out of my pocket for a whole year. Start to finish.
Let him work. They want resistance, give it to them. Let him work. How you feeling, man?
Like when we're doing the sensible laws, I was like, that's why I know I'm doing them wrong. I can feel them on my
Yeah. So no full extension arm bars today.
Air truck said,
Nothing but.
oh, we just saw that hijack.
Are you certain you're in or? Yeah.
It's close. Are you all the way in the bottom?
This is pretty good. I love this. And you're going to the table and cleaning all up. Pretty fresh.
Allison, good looking track on there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
The moment from here to the shoulder, the only way he said he could improve that is opening it all up. Yeah, he said first you need to go through when you do that test.
You gotta cut your whole muscle away.
You gotta cut it like the whole arm.
Skin or muscle?
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna keep my bicep intact.
You know I love this.
I just wanted the extension and the gravel.
It's a maxed out before.
So that mobility. That was the reason you didn't miss it.
Oh, no. I need to head back to the
Now my bottom leg pushes on that foot, my top leg is going around. But that whole time, especially in the knee,
Switch!
I'm grabbing the snake. Interview, I have to try some new ones on and breathing. I have
Ignore the bell. Keep going.
You need armor? You can do
Are you in the opens?
I'm not putting the weight on. Okay.
Yeah, I'm over here.
Ignore the bell.
Bro, why are you leaving? Oh, shoot, no. What the heck?
Can you fall towards the...
No.
See, nice.
I can go find a vehicle.
You talk about extended.
There's a vehicle over there.
My top leg. My top leg's fighting his bottom leg. Or my bottom leg.
You could
Walk in here, get on the keyboard.
Are you sure?
And I can turn around.
If it's possible, it might actually happen. Or hop it over.
Break through under my chest. Yeah,
Oh man. We are good enough.
That's what I was trying to do.
you know, as soon as they secure it, and my hands are locked together, I'm ready to do it. So if it's not there, I'll just sometimes bring it onto my chest. Heavy. If I can, my chin will work through my arm, yes.
Wait. Hop in. That was a cool jump. There's so many bones in
Get some water, boys. Get some water. That's right.
Wait. Look here.
Oh, you're old enough. Yes.
Water. There's gotta be a bridge to Newtown. There is. Careful. What is That's just weird. Wait, look. Okay, we have to go back. No.
Brody.
I fell into the air drop.
So today I think in Gi we're gonna revisit Ezekiel chokes. Ezekiel choke baits a little bit.
Oh,
Been
I was
using
gonna
Ezekiel choke baits nowadays, especially in like mounts, to make them react and get their hands where I want them to be, so that way I can progress forward. And so
He
we'll
took
go
it.
over, places where I can hit in Ezekiel,
No, he took it.
whether on bottom or top,
Let's go kill
just so
him.
that way we can get our hands into the
Cannon.
movement.
Oh, no, cannon.
And then
I see them.
we'll work on a couple of positions
Shoot
that I
'em.
really like throwing Ezekiel and Gi, so that way I can get him to react the way I want to.
Heal turret. I got him. Oh, shoot.
So,
They're after me.
In Gi, with
Ezekiel,
Ezekiel's, we
turret,
can move
don't
from
worry.
bottom or top. Bottom is usually less because they have so much
Where did he
movement
go?
to explode upwardly whenever I start to reach for this bridge. We're here. The problem with Ezekiel's on bottom is whenever I have to reach for this bridge, they can usually see
See ya.
this because they can raise their line of vision because they don't have a map. So as they raise their vision, they can feel this lock over here, and they know all they gotta do is kind of circle their head out.
Somebody else took
They don't even have to use their arm; they can just circle their head out and bam, around Ezekiel. But if you can catch it decently, we come up and under, and then we start this Ezekiel. Otherwise, typically, we're gonna be hitting from the top. And so, lately in Gi, as soon as I cross over into mount, the first thing I'm doing, and I'm pretty habitual in this, and I'm trying to break it myself because I'm right-handed, so I always come over here with my left hand and scoop up, and I pin. Now, if their arm is here, and I want this Ezekiel, I just kind of move it out of the way, and I put my head in between their ear and their shoulder. So that way, he can't get his arm back here and close his face again. So again, whenever I first hop into mount, my first reaction is usually here, and I find here. My head can go to the mat, my elbow can pin, my elbow and knee can make a connection with his arm, so my elbow and my knee are pinning his arm on this side. Whenever I'm ready, I'm going to take my shoulder and I'm going to scoop his chin and open up that space under his neck.
Let's just go to the top.
My shoulder is scooping his chin. My elbow and my knee will pinning his arm. I can slide up his arm, grab my own sleeve, 4 fingers deep, and cuff it. And the way you do this is up to you. You can come over the face, or you can slide under the jawline. I like to slide under the jawline because I find it has more success. Slide under that jawline, and we ride all the way to the jaw. I can either grab his Gi lapel up on top here, or I can grab my own sleeve on the other side.
Where is it?
And so whenever we come up under the jaw, I have his lapel.
Oh, it's right there.
I'm gonna now motorcycle grip both of them and start to extend out. Very easy. So again, we're coming to that mount.
Put you to
If his hand's in the way, weave around, elbow and knee pins this arm together. Come down with my shoulder and scoop that chin and open up the space in his neck. I don't lose track of this arm. We sandpaper this arm all the way up to the shoulder. 4 fingers in the cuff. I like to tuck my hand and go under the jawline space that I've opened and shoot across. This time I got my own sleeve. This is worse for him than the lapel. Got my own sleeve, we motorcycle both of them, and then you have to extend. Lapel, I have to extend. That sleeve, motorcycle grip, I didn't even extend.
Oh, shoot.
So let's take a minute,
Yeah, I told you.
revisit Ezekiel shows, using that shoulder to scoop their jawline up and open the space. And whether you like to come over the face, under the jawline, the lapel, you'll notice again, we have to extend a little bit. So I grab my own sleeve. As soon as I motorcycle in, he's tapping immediately. Any questions, please let me know. Pair up. 1, 2, 3.
I can't do it.
A great first option, as soon as we hit into mount with the gi, and as of late, for the last few months, has been a great bait for me to get arms where I want them to be.
Let's hit. Let's stay here. Oh wait. Oh, somebody's here.
Work sleeve and lapel a little bit, guys. Use that extension on the lapel. Doing a push-up off of his neck. And then notice the difference in that extension whenever you grab your own sleeve versus the lapel.
Get up. Hayden, don't you? I just got hit.
Switch on your own.
Oh my god. Help me. I thought he knocked him down. Did you? No. You gotta heal yourself. I can't. I'm gonna try again.
Opening up that jawline. Yeah. Make sure you're scooping that chin with your shoulder under that chin with your shoulder to open up that jawline. Punish their chin with your shoulder.
Every time somebody's like that, it's a sniper.
But it ain't.
A stupid sniper. And they're their friends, they did think of this sniper before. So I'm gonna start using snipers now.
Lapel and sleeve. Lapel and sleeve. Try one on each side.
I'll probably let you go into this.
That's all I see. Right here.
I'm drunk leader. And don't you?
Or I'm grabbing high, real high. I don't grab right here. Because like this and this, you're only far distance. Such a short distance. When I grab this to here is good.
That's what the guy killed us with. HDR? Yeah.
If you grab, you grab this. Correct. And so whenever you make that grip, like whenever Eric goes for cross collar chokes, he calls this like a choking flap. I just find it convenient that whenever I can't speak for everybody, whenever I put my hand around under their head, I always get a bunch of material off. And so as soon as I come through, like I'm immediately trying to grab it at this little peak that's here. And then if I can at least grab it with 1 or 2 fingers, I can then get my thumb involved,
I'm gonna go to
my hand real tight, and then muscle the thumb. I'm just trying for an initial grasp at it, so that way I can slowly work my hand up. Ezekiel's good? Just a little refresher on that. Again, for me and Guy, I'm pretty predictable. As of late, as soon as I step over, my hand is here, and I'm literally here within like 5 seconds on average. Because I'm not typically worried about pinning their hand down here so much, because As soon as I start threatening this jawline, he's going to bring his hand. And that's what I want. I want him to bring this inside hand. Not that one over there. The one that's inside the potential Ezekiel, because this can become a head and arm triangle. This become a high knee to armpit situation, and I'm looking for those. So Ezekiel's, you'll still get caught in them every now and then, but there's a lot of setup to this. And so as soon as I get this into the jawline here, the little curve or the bend of the jaw, if I don't have my shoulder, if I haven't scooped his jaw with my shoulder yet, he's going to be doing chin tucks, and it's going to be difficult for me to get this. So I'm going to be really like doing this, like sawing at his jawline. Whenever we're doing this sawing action, that's whenever he typically brings that arm up. Now, there's a decision you have to make on if he brings it midway or if he shoots it all the way through. If he brings it midway, then we can either A, let go, and we can start working towards getting our head to the outside for a head and arm choke or some sort of technical mount defense, which that's good too. If he shoots it all the way through, shoot that arm all the way through this way. If he shoots it all the way through, then we can really tuck on the outside of that elbow. This is going to be one of two things, really. Normally, they're going to stop midway and they're going to start defending that neck. Whenever they do, that same hand that's in the trapped inside of this Ezekiel triangle shape here, we're going to then bring that knee up under the elbow and straight into the arm. Now we can either A, let go of this Ezekiel and we can start focusing on this arm, or we can keep this Ezekiel here for a second just to make him think longer. I like sitting here for another second because in the event they attempt to bridge or something, I have a decent base here. He has to get over the peak of this elbow before he can sweep me, because he's going to sweep me that way. Because his shoulder's over here, he's going to typically try to sweep me that way because that's going to be the easiest route. He can't go this way and he can't go that way because my elbow's over here. And so if he's going to sweep me this way, he's got to get over the peak of this elbow. So I like sitting here in this Ezekiel for a couple of seconds while I have this knee-high armpit. Once I've felt that we're stable, I can let go of this Ezekiel, get it out from under his neck, and I can start going to the ground, swinging around his elbow, and now we can scoop it with our own arm. The knee hasn't moved, it's still high at armpit.
Where did you go?
Now we can replace the knee with the hand, and we can start our head tuck and work into a head and arm choke position. And so again, as soon as we step over into mount, again, first thing I do is I try to be here, I try to start working this. He comes in on the inside. I'm going to now fill that space with my knee, high armpit. This knee hasn't moved at all. If he brings that arm into the situation, I can go double high knee into armpit. And then from here, we can talk about this in a second because for me, I feel very uncomfortable in the situation. You got big guys who will feel comfortable. Personally, I feel like I get dumped all the time. For me, I'm immediately squeezing my thighs inward into his chest because I have such a fear of getting dumped right here. This, however, I got no fear at all. I can show you all. So we can go to that double high knee here in a second. Go back to first. We get that first high knee, and I like keeping this down here as well, just for base. I have a base in that diagonal. I have a base in this diagonal.
Turn.
So we're here. We're compressing this arm. After we get over this bucking situation, whatever he does, because now this arm is trapped, I can then come around and replace my knee with this elbow, and then scoop his armpit. Feed it over to the other side, get my face around. And once we're here, we can start head and arm choke situations. That diagonal foot that was back there, if I did not bring it up to high knee, I can windshield wiper over the belly and start my head and arm choke. And again, once we get to this situation, we got to work on that shoulder scoop. Once I'm here, I can go down a little bit, scoop that neck really good. And then we start our squeeze. But if I start my squeeze up here, I'm over his mouth more. Like I don't have to look. I can tell I'm over his mouth more. I can feel where his chin is. And so keeping my head here, I didn't move my head out here to scoop. I moved my head downward to scoop into his armpit, and then we're going straight across. We're not going back upward. I'm going into it. And now that's tighter. I can feel where his chin is, and I can start my
Look
squeeze.
at how much boot we have.
So again, one more time, we step over, we get into Ezekiel, we start riding this jawline, he feels it, high knee. Whenever we're done with his little burst that he's going to try and do, we come out, just scoop this elbow, feed it, from behind the armpit. If the chin is still down, we come down, roll his arm down, and downward into the mat. And we should wipe over and start our head and arm.
Look at all this food.
Any questions? Please let me know. 1, 2, 3.
Should we look at
Shoulder scooping, again, even though it feels like a bad move, it is a big deal. Get used to sandpapering under their armpit and scooping that shoulder with that, or scooping that chin with that shoulder.
Yeah. I just went down and killed it.
So what's the high knee? And now I can go my Ezekiel and swing off of that. Like this, I have a big jump up. Now, head seats down the armpit. Now shoulder comes down under his chin, which is my shoulder can be like here, that shoulder. Now throw it down.
Yeah? Here, drop. Because somebody was here. Well, did you take the kinetic? Just one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's get back in the car. Yep. Oh, I'm down. What did you do? Okay, too. What the heck? What the heck?
Takes this on, it goes in here. I can't run it down like the cousin. Walk. No, not walk. When you do it, you take your shoulder and bring your shoulder over, and then whatever ground you gather, then just kind of slide down.
Stop. Stop.
He takes his hand when he walks it up, and he gets underneath and he shows
I just want more. Here, you want to go to Ghost Town? I'm in
kind of back and forth. That's how he gets that arm above the head.
Okay, when there's a timer, get up, okay?
As I start to go back this way, I'm walking forward.
Shoulders up.
Back.
Wait, where did you go? Jumping out of the shed. Now I see it. Wait for me. Don't run over. Save work for me to
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did. I don't see anything. Seriously? That's good. What is this? Oh, come on. Shit. How am I going to get a better one? You just took all
Everybody good with that? I know Matt Schute's good with that. He only did for a year.
I don't know how to quit submitting people like that, but
You have to change it up. It'll work.
You like my skin?
So again, we're here. Whenever we get this Ezekiel He defends. We get this high
Oh,
knee. Come down, scoop the elbow. So, from here, before we get this elbow across the midline, and in this situation I call the midline my chin. He's on this side of my chin now, which is safe for him. Whenever he uses this side of my chin, it's bad for him. And so, there's a decision that he has to make on at this juncture in time. Does he want to stay on his back, or does he want to go to that side? And so as he starts to roll to his right side, and I float with him and we get into this technical mount situation, now he can't see my Ezekiel. He has now put his chin on my opposite middle line. I can come in right here and I can start wedging through. You guys can just look though.
It's not a good one, but oh, nice.
For Ezekiel, this is solely a bait. Right that chin line. He's giving us this elbow. Keep our hand here and back the head. We're going to do a sweep like we do your head nod. He goes to his right side. I've kept the shoulder. Did not move this whole arm
And
set.
at 40,
In fact, all it did was got tighter.
220, bro.
This hand can now reach over here. He cannot see that lock. He might think I'm just grabbing anything aside from his own knee, or I'm just squeezing down nice and tight. His elbow is currently in the middle line. I can push
Bro,
it.
let me take this. No,
And then all I'm doing is running across the jawline,
Those might kill
between his shoulder and his neck. Grabs it down. Here, we're at Ezekiel. High elbow. Circle around that armpit. He decides he doesn't want none of that and he starts to turn. That whole time, my chin has to ping this elbow. I cannot let him cycle this elbow freely because he can start to squirm and get out. His chin has to be tucked nice and tight, whether I'm here, on top of his elbow, or here. And so I give him this kind of space, he's going to get out somehow. But I have to be tight going somewhere down on this elbow. And I'll catch it somewhere. Again, above the elbow or below. But I got to catch it somewhere and keep it still for
Kill
me.
yourself again?
And so as we really roll up to this side, I can grab this lock, come in through the middle of the jaw, come in between the neck and the shoulder. And I don't have to grab anything. I can start right here. I'm getting good at it. I can grab inside the thumb. And so we're here, you know, if he's not dying to this Ezekiel, let's work on that Ezekiel. Any questions, please let me know. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Get some rolls in. And that would be Ezekiel from Technical Mount.
Where?
Which, as you can see, gets you the technical mount bait decently too, because they're not going to want to be in that Ezekiel. And they really don't want to be in a head and arm choke. So they're typically going to turn up on their side. So we got to work on that chin pressure, keeping that elbow between their chin, or between keeping their elbow on our chin on the turn to the side.
Put another sniper should take it. If you want to.
Stay on the right side.
Oh,
And I can get into a chin space.
my reference are watching basketball. Wait, now I need a sniper.
Oh. And to find out, once he moves that shoulder, shoot! Okay, set up for the head and arm. Shoot right through there, grab the lapel. Yes. Good morning. You all need any help in drinking water in here? I do not, we cannot make, nobody here can make the decision. Oh, okay. They're usually at night. I got you.
Whoa, I just got shot.
Crystal drinking water.
Open the door. Open the door.
They don't really care. It's just uncomfortable.
Got him.
Walk around that elbow.
It's your kill.
Walk around that elbow. It's your right elbow.
Wait, heavy ammo?
Yes.
I can't pick up anymore. one for some.
7 main pop.
Mine's pretty good.
It was like nothing, and all of a sudden you were like,
Sniper that we're both using. The sniper. We need to get better ones. Yeah, look, let's see it. Why would you shoot it? Just choke it.
Yeah, but I feel like I have to.
Why do you want to find better sniper?
I feel like I have to.
Alright, let's head to the.
I feel like it's a good position to be.
I feel like checking
Yeah.
I'm heavy on the mount because I have like I want to keep the high.
I'm checking
Because a lot of people like that double high knee arm. I'll give it that one, and then I start using my grip towards the head and arm, or I'll raise my hips up a little bit to make them think they can turn.
I got it custom my zero one. Should I take it? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I did that.
Because again, there's arm bars right there. I got chokes.
Get sniper right there.
It's all kinds of shit. What is it?
Oh, you see it?
I leave one down. I think, yep.
That's
So if I get double high knee
scared.
arm, I'm squeezing my legs together.
It looks like it's so weird. Oh wait, there is. Wait, there is a sniper? Got him. Wait, I want to see if I can kill him. Boom, got him. And my kill. No, technically it was my kill since I got him. No, I assisted you, so that's why. Yep, sniper ammo. That's it. That's it. Just sniper. I'm gonna, let's head
I gotta get across that
down
elbow or I
here.
get across the
Oh, where? I just killed him.
way better than this. All I gotta do
There's nobody else sniper. You did?
That's literally
Let's go. Yeah, you're grabbing me.
just a little Ezekiel refresher, guys. Not a whole lot. Again, in gi, like anytime we're in gi, I'm baiting Ezekiel as soon as I get the mount. Like I'm it's one of those things I need to break. I'm super predictable. My head goes to the right side. I get the left hand under the head. And I start working Ezekiel's because I know that bait's gonna come up, so I can get my knee into the high arm with it. And then wherever it goes, it goes. But that's literally, I'm telling you my playbook right now. It works really, really well. Obviously can't do it no gi, wish I could, but in gi, I tell you, especially from bottom two, throw a quick Ezekiel on somebody and see how they react. If they try to burst, they're gonna burst up. And then you can make your space instead of being in this weird guard position or whatever you want.
Get it.
You can typically
Let's
sit
stay up
as
here.
They burst it up, you can push out, you can either stand up or you can go back to seat guard and start your game over. Be together.